Boom. All right, what's up, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about why Render token is still my favorite cryptocurrency, and obviously still my #1 crypto pick of 2022. All right, it's been a little bit since we've done a Render solo analysis, so I definitely have some very bullish updates that I'm excited to share with you guys today. Let's briefly go over what we'll be covering, and then we'll do a deep dive. All right, so to kick off the video, Daily Hodl article titled Ethereum Whales are pouncing on little known altcoin that Coinbase just listed. I wonder what that altcoin could possibly be. We'll figure it out as we kick off the video. Okay, so after that, we're going to be listening to a little chunk, like a 30-second segment of this podcast that I just finished listening to titled The Scoop. And this is an interview with the host, of course, and multicoin capital co-founder and managing partner Kyle Samani, who was an early investor in Solana and FTX. So Solana, obviously the Ethereum killer, one of the largest and most successful crypto stories and crypto products, just new platforms of 2020 and 2021 overall in terms of gains and actual scalability. So very awesome there. And obviously FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, king of crypto at the moment. So, this guy knows what he's talking about. This is a great podcast, and we will be listening to a little, once again, like 20-30 seconds of it where he covers one of his favorite new investments, and that is, as I'm sure you could have guessed, Render token. Okay, so we'll listen to that. We will then take a look at Render. I will then talk some price targets and whatnot. Not going to go super short term. I'll give you guys some short term speculation, but I mostly want to talk to you guys about where I see Render over the medium to longer term. Okay, not super long term. I don't know how high this thing can go, just because that's very dependent on how well the team executes, of course, and how well they actually scale the platform. But I do want to talk to you guys about where I see the market cap going. We will talk market cap relative to the token price itself, because that's kind of how you find fair value. Obviously speculative still, but just as a thought exercise, we'll talk about that and talk about the rank as well and just everything going on with Render. And lastly, we have to take a look at the charts. You guys know I will talk to you guys about what I'm seeing in the short term, but again, want to make the primary focus of this video on the medium to long term. Okay, so that is the game plan for the video. Before we dive in, you guys, please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel. Really means a lot if you guys subscribe and join the Waves fam. Hit the little bell icon, turn the post notifications on. Post pretty much every day. Excited. It's not really exciting times if I'm being honest, but hey, you can always find excitement. There's always a bull market somewhere. So subscribe to the channel. That really means a lot. Give the video a like, because I appreciate it, and let me know in the comments down below if you're invested in Render personally, and if not, what is your #1 cryptocurrency of 2022 and why? Okay, so let's dive in. Ethereum Whales pouncing on little known altcoin that Coinbase just listed. Data from Whales surveying platform Whale Stats shows that deep-pocketed crypto investors are buying the low-cap altcoin Render token. That's very, very bullish. Coinbase announced this week that Render will be available on its platform effective February 2nd. Render became the fifth most purchased token among the top 1,000 biggest Ethereum holders on Thursday. The richest crypto investors bought an average of 616 Render coins worth $2,100 over a 24-hour period. So that seems pretty light. Hey, I guess you could consider me not an Ethereum whale by any means, but hey, by these metrics, I'm definitely a Render whale. So, just in, this is Whale Stats tweet, just in, Render token now in top 10 purchased tokens. Top 1,000 ETH whales are hodling $35 million in Render. So I don't know how that math worked out, but regardless, let's take a look at this. Render was actually number 5 here. So USDC makes sense. Ether, obviously. Tether, top 3 make perfect sense. Binance, and then Render was right behind. So like these are pretty much the top 5 cryptocurrencies, all falling within the top 10. And the fact that Render was right behind these is insane. Mana, Decentraland, good old Decentraland, number two crypto pick of 2022, and my number 2 largest holding as well. Polygon Matic, Axie Infinity, and Curved Out token, which is also a familiar face to the portfolio. So that's very bullish. You guys love to see Render and Mana, the number 1 and number 2 on there. So again, you guys, follow what the whales are doing. That is typically a pretty good metric, especially because of the cryptocurrency market, unfortunately. But the reality of it is that it's extremely manipulated at this point in time. So whatever the whales are doing, the whales can't control price, but a lot of times they can dictate general direction. They can manipulate price. So just keep an eye on that. So whatever the whales are doing, it's usually a pretty good indicator of what's to come. Okay, so speaking of portfolio, if you guys want to know exactly how my crypto portfolio is composed, not only my crypto portfolio, all my stocks, my call options, my put options, literally my entire portfolio, which I do update every single trading day. You want to know what I'm buying, what I'm selling, why I'm buying it, why I'm selling it, because you also get the newsletter on top of this. That is going to be the first link down in the description box. $15 a month or $40 for every 3 months. Really means a lot if you guys check that out. Work hard on it. I feel it's very, very worth it myself. I'm obviously biased, but means a lot if you guys go check that out. It's a good way to go support me while also getting some value out of it as well. So give it a shot. If you don't like it, feel free to unsubscribe. But again, that link's down in the description box below. Really means a lot if you guys check that out. If not, no worries at all. I appreciate your eyeballs right here, right now. Attention is very, very valuable. So appreciate you guys watching right now. Let's get into a little piece of this podcast. Again, this is the Scoop podcast by The Block. And this was an interview. This is a recent interview. You guys can just go check this out. Go Google The Scoop and Kyle Samani. You will find this if you want to listen to the whole thing, which I do recommend doing, especially if you're interested in NFTs and Web3. But we'll just listen to, again, like the 30 seconds where he talks about render. Again, Kyle Samani, Multicoin Capital co-founder. I've listened to multiple podcasts with this guy over the past couple of years, and it's been crazy to see his come up. I mean, super chill. I'm gonna be honest, when I first heard him, I was like, this guy doesn't deserve to be as rich as he is. But hey, who's to say anyone deserves anything, I guess, especially in crypto, right? So anyway, Kyle Samani, very well spoken, little jab there, but I do really respect the guy and what he's accomplished. And once again, he is the Multicoin Capital co-founder, managing partner, and an early investor in, once again, two home runs, Solana and FTX. And on top of this, before we get into this, the way I first heard about Render Token was from Chamath Palihapitiya, the godfather of the SPAC, from the All In podcast, if you guys have heard of that. So he's a billionaire. I mean, very, very billionaire. And the fact that he's talking about that Kyle Samani, who has hit 2 home runs once again, Solana and FTX, 1000x is freaking fun. That's good news. And again, this is the same principle that applies here. Follow what the big money's doing. Follow what the whales are doing. Follow what the VCs, the venture capitalists, the angels are doing, okay? So anyway, let's listen to this bit of the podcast. Again, go check it out for yourself if you want to listen to the whole thing, and let's give her a go.
Rates natively with Arweave. The other major infrastructure piece we've invested in is called Render. And the vision
Hopefully you guys
for
can hear
Render
this.
is to be basically Airbnb for your graphics card. So if you have a latent GPU on your gaming computer at home, rent it out for a rendering job. The team that makes the render network happens to be a company called Otoy. Otoy is a 13 or 14
you can hear this. I think you can.
Founded by 2 gentlemen, one named Jules Orbach, who's the current founder and CEO, and the other you probably have heard of is Ari Emanuel of Hollywood fame. And Otoy makes a piece of software called Octane Render, and Octane Render today is the #1 market share software for digital artists and movie studios. Every major movie studio in the world uses.
Sorry, it's like a minute, guys.
Disney, Paramount, all these guys, and then
Disney,
almost
Paramount.
every major digital artist today uses Render. Majority of people's everydays, for example, are built using Octane.
Boom. Okay, so sorry that was like a minute long, you guys, but hopefully you heard that. I'm pretty sure this is a 360 mic, so I'm assuming you heard that pretty well. But just listen to what that, like, the gravity of what Render could be. Again, if scaled properly, if the team executes properly, which is why you should go watch the original Render analysis I did, where we go over the team who's backing it, go over the advisors, because they have an insane board of advisors. Again, Ari Emanuel, that if you guys have watched Entourage, Ari Gold is based after Ari Emanuel. He's one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. So the fact that this has such big and such proven names, competent names, competent executors behind this project, I'm gonna assume they're gonna scale well, and pretty much the sky's the limit with this one, because what I've compared Render Token to from a utility perspective is Amazon Web Services, right? So Amazon Web Services is one of Amazon's When you think of Amazon, obviously it's you get it delivered to your door and stuff, but Amazon's most profitable arm as far as P&L or like just gross margins go is AWS, is Amazon Web Services. When you go on a website, it's likely that Amazon Web Services is hosting the data that website is sending back to you. Okay, it is a somewhat of a rendering platform. And again, like he said, when you're rendering movies, when you're rendering, if you've edited a video ever on Adobe Premiere or whatever, you render it before exporting it, right? It renders and exports. So this is a huge, I mean, again, sky's the limit. Music, movies, content, arts, etc. Even when it comes to just hosting websites and stuff, you need GPU. You need GPUs, okay? You need to process all of the data that's moving. And that's what Render's doing, and that's why I do think Render has so much potential. I don't know exactly what the market... I mean, Amazon's a $2 trillion company. AWS, you can probably say, is like $500 billion at least of that, I would say, because, again, it is like their most profitable arm. So would $500 billion Render one day makes sense? Render's currently at 500 million. So you're looking at a cool 100x, like a potential 100x in a Render, which would take us to about a $270 token price, which, if I'm being completely honest, wouldn't surprise me at all. And again, considering there are such prominent names, such competent names that are backing this and that are excited about this project, is enough to, like, people who are way smarter than me, and I truly value the opinions of, are recommending this project and investing money where their mouth is, investing for themselves. That's great. Okay, so let's close out with some quick price targets. Again, short term, you guys, Render is just kind of at the base of really trading sideways, and I keep saying this and I'll say it a lot, but range trading, which is just trading sideways within a range, which Render has been doing over here, is usually a good sign of the bottom. It's usually a good sign that most of the sellers are gone. Okay, everyone who bought up here has probably sold by around this area. Okay, so sellers are gone. Volume is still holding pretty damn strong. I mean, the fact that Render has a volume like a 1.5 to 2 million token volume pretty much every day, like super consistent volume too. It hasn't weaned off like a lot of other tokens, is very impressive to me. I really like to see that. It's a very stable token at the same time, which is why I do think a second wave is in order. It didn't happen as soon as I'd like, but I do think a second wave is in order. You guys get to know the good old Waves fam coin. The team coined two-wave theory, which is where you see that first wave, the hype cycle, bubble pops, you see the capitulation, the sideways price action, and that's always followed by a second wave. So not even going to focus on the short term, you guys. Short term, we'll probably just trade sideways until we see a breakout, which I do think we should see soon, because we are at the base of what you could consider a very large bull flag. But regardless, I do think Render in the medium term can definitely test on the second wave. Once the second wave is initiated, once this next move up comes, it's usually a tsunami. Again, second wave is more of a tsunami than a wave. I think previous supports on the first wave can be tested as new resistance. And again, very strong line of support here, very proven. And I do think if just where the cursor falls for fun, April 10th, right? April 10th, if we can retest this long-term line of support as new resistance, TA, Technical Analysis 101, on April 11th, my lady's B-Day. Mark it down, guys. Wish her happy birthday, April 11th. But April 11th, I'd take that as her birthday present. That would be an $11.30 Render, okay? So, obviously, from here, $2.65. You're looking at a cool, like, 4x, 4.5x-ish. So, that would be amazing, you guys. And would I be surprised to see it? A little bit, but at the same time, not really. This is optimistic, you guys. I'm an optimistic guy. So, this is optimistic. But, again, not even including time horizons, I do think on the second wave, which I will say I do believe will happen by the end of this year, whether it's Q2, Q3, Q4. Again, I'm not wanting to put a direct timestamp on this, but I do think that in the second wave, Render can mirror the percentage gain it saw in the first wave. So from the base over here, which I'll just consider to be right here, this sideways, again, Render going sideways for a long time, acting as a ceiling, and then really exploding. That was a 600% price appreciation, okay? And if we go to the base, kind of just the average price, which I'll consider 250-ish, this yellow line right here, if from about 250, where we've really been basing out and finding kind of fair value, finding that stagnation in Render, if we mirror that 600 107% price appreciation. That would take render to about $18. Okay. So render to $18, you're looking at a 7 to 8x right there from current levels. Super, super exciting potential. And yeah, not going to say exactly when I think that's going to happen, but I do think that we will see an $18+ by 2023. All right, so we'll call it there, you guys. I appreciate you watching. Again, let me know in the comments down below if you're holding render token. If not, what is your favorite crypto in the market? What do you have the biggest bag of? For me, obviously, it's render, and yeah, I look forward to hearing whatever you guys have to say in the comments down below. So I'll catch you downstairs. That was a lot of talking, guys. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words. That was a lot of talking, but I'll catch you downstairs. Again, if you want to know exactly how I'm trading render, when I'm buying it, when I'm buying more, because this thing is, I'm so freaking bullish on this thing. First link down below. Means a lot if you guys check that out. But once again, if not, no worries. I appreciate you watching this one. I'll catch you next time. And until then, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.